Hello, Facebook friends. As you know, I've been documenting the monthly giveaways on Facebook. After a year of giveaways, I thought I would post a video about the entire experience. My Facebook postings are long enough as it is. Can you imagine reading about every giveaway in one posting? That would be madness. I was inspired to give my money away for two reasons. Last December, I read a story on Yahoo about people going to Walmart or Target and paying off someone's layaway. Then I thought about the four kids in my family that have iPods, cell phones, PlayStation, Game Boys, laptops, clothes on their back, food in their mouth, a roof over their heads, and will have more than one gift under their Christmas tree. It made me think about the little girl from the Angel Tree organization only wanted a Hello Kitty toothbrush. What kid wants a toothbrush for Christmas? While the kids in my family may not have everything in the world, even though I was told you could buy the kids a little something, they don't have everything. They are blessed with more than enough. So I decided to put my money to better use. Now, if someone in my family was struggling financially without a job or would not be able to purchase gifts for them, then by all means, I would have bought them a gift. But that wasn't the case. So instead of buying them gifts, I gave $100 away to a stranger. After doing it, I made it my New Year's resolution to do it every month. I realized that when I go bar hopping or dine out, it's easy to spend $60 to $80 in a night. I figured I could just stay home one weekend and put that money to better use. So this is a recap of the year. Here we go. December. With the $100 bill in my hand, I walked into Walmart in search of someone to give it to. After walking around, I found a lady who was pregnant with a child. I think she was with her mother. So I said, "Hi there." She said, "Hi." I said, "Here you go," and handed her the money. She looked shocked, and I said, "Have a Merry Christmas," and walked away. As I walked away, her mom said, "That's not something you see every day." I turned back, and she was still standing there holding it and still looking shocked. I smiled and walked out. January. I walked into Walmart again and saw a lady with a leg brace hopping along with several items in her hand. Immediately I thought, give it to her. But then I thought, let's keep walking around and see if we find someone else. I didn't see anybody that stood out, so I searched for her, but I couldn't find her. Then I finally found her in the pharmacy line. I waited and waited and waited. You know how long pharmacy lines take. So then I decided to keep walking around. As I was about to leave, I ran into her walking with a cart. I said hi. She smiled and said hi. I said, "This is for you." She looked confused and said, "Are you sure?" I laughed and said, "Yes. I just asked that if you want it but don't need it, give it away. But if you need it, keep it." She said, "Oh my God, thank you very much." I said, "You're welcome." As I walked away, she was still standing there holding it, looking around, and once more said, "Oh my God, thank you so very much." February. So I forgot to make one of these for February. I missed it. I don't know how. Let's just move on and get over it. So February. I walked inside of a Goodwill store and immediately saw an older woman with two young boys and another older woman. I assumed the boys were her grandkids, but I kept walking around to look for other people. Nobody else stood out to me, so I walked up to her and said, "Hi, this is for you." She took the bill, turned it over, and I laughed and said, "It's real money." She asked why. I said, "It's just for you. I just asked that if you don't need it, give it away, but if you need it, keep it." She stood there holding it while the other lady peered over her shoulder. I said, "Have a good night." As I walked away, she said, "Thank you. God bless you." One of the little boys said, "Oh my God, it's $100 bill." I laughed and said, "You're welcome. Thank you," and walked out of the store. March. A coworker suggested that I give the money away to another coworker. So I asked her to introduce us before I handed over the money. All three of us walked into the break room. She introduced us and then excused herself. I said, "It was my New Year's resolution to give $100 away every month to a stranger. I know you're being let go tomorrow and have experienced pregnancy complications. After hearing your story, I decided to give the money to you." I handed her the $100 bill. She said, "Oh my God, are you serious? Are you serious?" I laughed and said, "Yes, I'm serious." She said, "You're going to make me cry. Thank you so very much. Are you serious? I just want to hug you." She did, and then I said, "Today is my birthday, and this is my birthday gift to myself, to give the money to you." She said, "Thank you so much," and hugged me again. As I walked away, I said, "Put the money to good use." She said, "Oh, I will. It's going to the baby." An hour later, I got a forwarded email from my coworker that told me her story. It said, "I really don't know what to say. I'm speechless. He made my eyes watery thinking about how kind his heart is to do that for folks. I don't know anyone that would just give money away like that, especially for a New Year's resolution. I can say I'm very blessed and appreciate it. This is definitely going into savings for the baby." Around 4 p.m., she came to my desk, thanked me again, and gave me a hug. Seeing her face, well, that was the best birthday gift I've ever received. April. My friend came over, we ate dinner and watched a movie. When the movie was over, I said, okay, no, let's get down to business. He said, oh yeah, why did you ask me to come over? I said, well, I've always known that you teach Sunday school, work for Haven for Hope, are the photographer for Ignite SA, and are on the board of directors for the Pride Center. However, I never put all the pieces together. After hearing about how your camera was stolen at a fundraiser, can you believe it? I know, tacky. I felt awful. So I decided to make you the April recipient. I handed him the $100 bill. I said, and don't tell me to keep it. He said, he laughed and said, this experience has taught me humility. My instinct is to say, keep it. I said, I know. That's why I said that. I will give you the same speech as I've given everybody else. If you don't need it, give it away. But if you need it, keep it. And I know you need it. And I know you'll put it to good use. He said, oh, I will. I'm only a few $100 away from being able to buy a new camera. I said, that's great. Now you are $100 closer. He said, I never expected anything in return for what I do. It's just natural to give back. I said, I know. You are a man who gives back to his community without wanting anything in return. I can't think of a better recipient for April. He thanked me and gave me a hug as he walked out. May. Yeah, you see it. It's a sad face. I know. Well, a May giveaway didn't happen due to my own financial issues. However, fret not. I'll make up for it later. June. Well, it happened. I cried during a giveaway and giving it to a man and in public. I know, embarrassing. Anyways, let's move on. So, I read on my friend's Facebook page that two of her students were killed in a car crash, along with the mother, father, and another child. The family held a barbecue fundraiser to raise money to bury the entire family. I met my friend Angel online. She had introduced me to one of the family members. I said hi. It was my New Year's resolution to give away $100 every month. When I read on Angel's Facebook what happened, my heart broke. Insert tears. Tears. This is where I started crying. So I decided to give the money to your family. I handed him the crisp $100 bill. He said, oh wow, I'm going to hug you. Insert hug. Yeah, hug. I know it's cute. Thank you very much. We didn't expect so many people to come. He thanked me several times and gave me 3 to 4 hugs, which caused more tears. Before I walked away, he said, it's people like you that make the world a better place. July. First, I went to the San Antonio Food Bank. It was closed. Then I went to a food pantry that looked a little shady. I left and went to the Salvation Army. Nobody stood out. Then I went to Dollar General. Nobody stood out. And then finally, someone at Dollar Tree caught my attention. It was an old lady. Her hair was styled like it was 40 years ago. She was wearing worn clothes and glasses. She was digging in a bin of items. I approached her, smiled. She smiled. I said, hi, my name is Marcus. It was my New Year's resolution to give $100 away every month to a perfect stranger. So I'm giving the money to you. I handed her the bill. She looked at me strangely and turned the bill in her hand. I said, it's real. She asked, why though? I said, it was just my resolution. All I asked is that if you need it, keep it, but if you don't, give it away. She grabbed my hand, held it for a few moments, and said, I'm so surprised. Crop you so very much. My son cropped dust in Iowa and his helicopter broke down. We really need this. Thank you so much. I smiled and said, you're welcome. Have a nice day. August. I had no idea where to go for the August giveaway, so my uncle suggested Payless. I walked inside, nobody stood out. Then I went to Dollar General, nobody stood out. So I called a friend who suggested HEB. As I parked, I saw a guy with 2 kids, a girl, and another guy. The guy was wearing military ACUs, so while talking to my friend, I said, what do you think? Then I saw the hood was open on their car and they were putting water in it. I took that as a sign. I approached the guy in uniform and said, hi, my name is Marcus. He said, hi. I said, it was my New Year's resolution to give $100 away every month to a stranger. I see you're having car trouble, so I'm giving the money to you. I handed him the crisp bill. I said, all I ask is that if you don't need it, give it away, but if you need it, keep it. He smiled and said, I like that idea. I'm going to keep that in mind. Thank you. He shook my hand, as did the other 3 people. They all said thank you. One said, bless you. One of the young girls said, oh, wow, neat. I laughed and said, have a good day, and thank you for your service to our country, and walked away. September. My friend and I were having brunch, and our waitress was very friendly and sweet. She brought us a free drink that she created on her own. Speaking of that, one second. Sorry, I was parched. I have several friends who are or have been waiters, so I've heard plenty of stories about how cheap people can be. So I decided to give the money to her. She brought the bill, and I said, "My name is Marcus. It was my New Year's resolution to take $100 that I normally spend on myself, going out, drinking, and give it away to someone. Today is the last day of the month, so I'm giving it to you." I handed her the bill, the crisp $100 bill. She said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes, I am. All I ask is that if you don't need it, give it away, but if you need it, keep it." She asked what made me start doing this, and I told her. She hugged me and said, "Thank you, you made my day." I said, "You're welcome." As I left, I waved goodbye and thought, "You made my day." October. So I went to the bank to get the $100 bill and then drove to Shell. I wanted some scratch offs. Don't judge me. Hello. The lady behind the counter helped me pick tickets. I scratched them, lost, and left. I know, sad, lost my money. Anyway. As I drove off, something told me to go back, so I did. She looked at me strangely as I walked back in. I said, "Hi, my name is Marcus. It was my New Year's resolution to take $100 every month that I'd normally spend on myself, dining out, drinking, and give it away." I removed the bill from my pocket and said, "So I'm giving it to you. You are the October giveaway. All I ask is that if you don't need it, give it away, but if you need it, keep it." She looked at it. I said, "It's real." She held it to the light and used her marker to make sure it was real. She said, "Are you serious? Why are you doing this? Did something happen to you? Are you okay?" I laughed because it seemed like she thought I was dying, like all of a sudden I have some kind of incurable disease and I'm dying because I'm giving away money. But anyways, I explained why I did it, and she said, "Oh my God, I can't believe this. I'm going to give you a hug." She came around the counter and hugged me tightly. I said, "Put the money to good use." She said, "Oh, I will. I need this money for my deposit on my apartment. I put down 275 and I still have to come up with 250. As I walked away, I said, "Have a good day." You see, everything happens for a reason. We're almost there, I know. November. A friend of mine at work was having financial issues, so I tried to give the money to her, but she refused it. All year I was afraid of a stranger refusing, but it ended up being someone I know. I know, go figure. Her pride got in the way of accepting help. So I posted about it on Facebook. I got a message from a friend. He said, "I've seen your post and just wanted to say you are an awesome human being and a great guy doing what you do. I wish the world had more people like you." I said, "Oh, thank you very much. I really don't think it makes me awesome. It's just something I have to do." He said, "If someone was to come up to me right now and give me $100, you have no idea how it would make me feel being in my situation. I would think they were sent by God or from the angels and were so awesome." So I asked, "What's going on?" He went on to explain that he was behind on his storage unit and that if he didn't make a payment by Friday, his belongings would go up for auction. He also talked about his two cars with issues. I know from his postings on Facebook that he's been having a rough time. So I said, "Well, I always said if I knew someone that needed the money, I would give it to them. So it looks like you're the November giveaway. When can we meet?" Hours later, we met at in the Walmart parking lot, the same Walmart where it all started. I got out of my car. He did too. I said, "Hi. I thought about giving you the money before, but I thought your male pride would refuse it." He said, "When I told my wife that you wanted to give me the money, she said, 'Don't let your pride get in the way. Take it.' You see," I said, "You see, I knew it." I handed him the $100 bill. I said, "I know you will put this to good use. I wish I could help you more." He said, "Oh, this is more than enough." I called the storage unit and they said if I pay the $100, they will work with me. I was relieved to hear that, especially after he said that his unit contains his father's and wife's grandmother's stuff. You can't replace that stuff. He said, "My wife told me to give you a big hug." He did, and then shook my hand. As I got back into my car, I couldn't help but think everything happens for a reason. He reached out to me because of what I wrote on Facebook. If I gave the money to my coworker, that wouldn't have happened. As I drove off, I smiled, knowing that I helped someone I knew. It was a good feeling. December. I walked into Walmart. It was packed, so I got nervous. I don't like a lot of people around when I do it. I walked around a few times and saw this one lady in the toy section. She kept looking at toys, putting them down, and checking out prices. Nobody else stood out to me, so I went up to her and said, "Hi, my name is Marcus. Last December, I came to this Walmart and gave $100 away to a stranger. After doing it, I made it my New Year's resolution to take $100 that I normally spend on myself by hanging out with friends or dining out and give it away. So it's a year later, and I decided to come back to where it all began. Today is the first day of the month, so I'm giving it to you. You are the December giveaway." I reached into my pocket and pulled out the crisp $100 bill and handed it to her. She said, "Oh my God, are you serious?" I chuckled and said, "Yes, I am very serious." Then the unexpected happened. I started to tear up as I said the last part of my speech. I guess the whirlwind of emotions from this full experience just hit me at that moment. I said, "All I ask is that if you want it, but don't need it, give it away, But if you need it, keep it. She said, wow, I'm so touched. Thank you very much. I will do that. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. As I held back tears, I said, you're very welcome. Merry Christmas to you. Have a nice day. Okay, so now it's time to address the haters. Haters. Throughout the year, I've received some flack from people for doing this. Why don't you give it to an organization such as St. Jude who will do good things with your money versus a stranger? Yes, I could donate to an organization, but I wanted the human interaction with a person versus writing a check out to an organization. How do you know what they'll do with the money? They could use it for drugs. Yes, I have no idea what they'll do with the money, but I have faith that they will put the money to good use. However, is it any of my business? No, it's not. Do people question how you spend your money? And quite frankly, if I wanted to blow that $100 every month on Tic Tacs and Twinkies, it's really none of your business. Why don't you save that money in the bank? You're wasting $1,200 a year. Well, yes, I could save that money, but tomorrow is guaranteed for no one. I could be run over by killer clowns, for goodness sakes. Killer clowns. They're scary. Hello. I mean, I would rather die knowing that I did something good other than I had a lot of money in the bank. At the end of the day, my bills were paid. I had food on the table, a roof over my head, a job, a car, clothes on my back. So I've been blessed this year with more than enough. I don't believe I'm changing the world or even their lives with $100, but in a small way, I think I could have helped their lives. No matter what they did with the money or how they felt, I truly believe that I walked away with more than I gave them. This experience has made me more appreciative of everything that I have, and it's made me humble. And that makes doing this worth every penny. Okay, so for the May giveaway, May. I know, smiley face, isn't it cute? The other day I had a great idea. So I called my sister and told her that I wanted to give both of my nieces $50 each for them to give away during December. I want to be present when they do it, but if not, I need to mail the money. After discussing with her, I spoke to one of my nieces. I told her the idea and she responded positively. A few days later, I called my other niece and asked what she thought. She's kind of shy and I thought she would kind of freak out. She said that she was happy about it and loved the idea of helping people. I was so proud that neither one of them said, what about me? What about my gift? They never said it. Just proves my point. Never give up hope on humanity. At the end of the day, I'm sure I could think of 100 reasons to do this. But that, my friends, is another story. Merry Christmas. Hugs. Love you all.